Hello, welcome to today's video lesson. Let's go over the objective for this whole lesson. So, in this lesson, we will explore the states of matter. Okay, all right, so we will explore the states of matter. Let's keep going. So, before we get into our video lesson, let's go ahead and talk about some vocabulary. So, our first vocabulary word is matter. What is matter? So matter is anything that takes up volume in space. Okay. So some examples of that would be like our solids, liquids, and gases. So it's anything that takes up space. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and keep going. Particles. So what are particles? So particles are the smallest part of matter that exists. So if you break everything down, the particle is going to be the smallest piece of matter. So smallest part of matter. Okay. So now let's go into our lesson. So the first thing, matter. Like we said before, matter is anything that takes up volume in space, right? So that is what that is. Matter also cannot be created or destroyed. It can change, but it cannot be created or destroyed. So anything that is matter that is on this earth cannot be created or destroyed, or in this universe for that matter. Okay, like I said before, it can change. And we'll talk about that in a little bit, but matter can change from one state to another. Now, there are states of matter, and there are three main ones that we're going to focus on. So, the three main ones are solids. Some examples of this would be like a table, an apple, this pen, me, Miss Piety, you. We are matter as well. So, we are all solids. Solids are anything that has like an actual shape. It's like, if this is for sure a pen, we can't put it in a cup and it's going to change into something. So, a solid is anything that's going to keep its shape. And then our next state is going to be liquids. So liquids are going to be anything like waters, teas, honeys, anything like this water right here. If I were to dump this water out of my water bottle, it would just kind of fall on the floor, right? So, but it would still be water. So liquids need a container for it to be held in. You can't just like dump water out and then it's going to keep its shape, right? So water or liquids need a container to hold their shape. Okay. And last but not least is gas. So gas is another form of matter. So examples of this will be water vapor, steam, or air. So gases also take up space, right? Because it's a type of matter. And air is a type of matter. So an example of this would be if you were to take a balloon and you were to blow air into our balloon keeps getting bigger, right? That's because the air is taking up space in the balloon. So gas is a type of matter as well. Now, let's get into particles. So matter is made of particles. Everything is made of anything that has matter is made of particles. So there are three main types of matter, which are solids, liquids, and gases. So over here we see our little particles taking up this space. So in a solid, our particles are packed really, really, really close together. So they don't really have a chance to move so much. So that's why like a pen, all the particles are packed really, really close together. So we can't really move it. It's just kind of staying a pen. I can bend it and all that kind of stuff. I can't bend it. And it's just kind of keeping its shape. Same thing for us, right? Like we have joints and stuff, but if you were to take your arm and you were like, you can't really move the shape of it, right? So solids, the particles are packed really, really close together. Liquids, they're packed close together, but not quite as much. So it's a little bit more flexible. That's why this water in this water bottle can kind of move a little bit. We kind of see if we tilt it, it moves. If I were to pour this into another container, it would take the shape of that other container, right? So that is water. Water is a little bit more liquid. Liquid is a little bit more fluid. So it can kind of move more easily. Gas particles are ones that they're just like, they have so much room to move, right? So they're just moving around, bouncing all over the place. So like for air is around us, but I can walk through air, right? So that means that the particles are moving around me. They have a lot of space to move. They're not holding their shape. Um, like I said before, the states of matter can change. Matter can change. So an example of this would be if we were to take ice and we were to let it melt, right? So ice is a solid. It's ice is still gonna be ice, whether I put it in a cup or a bowl or a plate. But if I let it melt, it's gonna turn into water. And then water is a little bit more fluid, right? That's our liquid. So it needs a container to be held. Now, if I were to heat up water, like if you were to put a pot of water on the stove and let it heat up, we'd see steam come out, right? So that water is changing into gas. That's why we see the steam. So that water is changing into a different state of matter. It's changing into gas. All right, fantastic. I hope this was helpful. So let's go over what this lesson's objective is. So our lesson objective was, in this lesson, we will explore the states of matter. And throughout our lesson activities and our must-do, should-dos, and aspires-to-dos, we're actually going to explore matter even more. So I'm really, really excited to see all the fun things that you've learned from me and from each other. So fantastic. Have a great day. It was wonderful having this lesson with y'all. I'll see you later. Bye.